Greetings, my name is Dean Larson. I'm with TimberTouch Putterworks. I'd like to introduce you to our beautiful putters and to help get across some very simple care techniques to ensure that your TimberTouch putter will last essentially a lifetime. They don't take a real lot of extra care, but a few simple techniques will ensure that this putter looks beautiful and performs beautifully for years and years to come. What we like to do is after each use, well, first of all, you got your wonderful TimberTouch putter towel, but just do a simple wipe. Just a simple wipe to remove some of the grime and such off of the face, off the top. So as you put it back into the golf cover, you're not going to be constantly rubbing grime and dirt across the surfaces. I would recommend that for any of your clubs, and ours are no different. Because these putters are wood, you may think, holy cow, I can't let this thing get wet. Well, that's not the case. They're coated very well. They're moisture resistant exotic woods as far as the base materials. And although I wouldn't leave it soaking in a tub for a couple of days, if it gets some moisture onto it and gets damp, it's not going to hurt the putter. The main thing that's important with this putter is to wipe it off after each use. Don't leave moisture on it for long periods of time, just like you wouldn't leave a wet rag on your kitchen table or something along that line. The main thing that goes with it is to ensure, again, that moisture is not getting onto the club and sitting on the club for a long period of time. So what we recommend is when you get home from golfing, especially if it was, say, a morning that had a lot of dew or there was raining out, not a problem. The inside of the putter cover may be moist at that point. If you put that into there and leave it for weeks on end, that's not the greatest idea. Our putters do a wonderful job of being protected against moisture, but just like you wouldn't leave any wood thing in your house covered in moisture for days or weeks on end, don't do the same with the putter. What we like to say is after you get home, it's good to take the cover off and let it air out. Let it dry out a bit to ensure that the moisture in here does not affect the club over weeks and weeks. And then make sure that after each time you're using your golf club, put it back into the protective cover. You don't need that thing banging around against all your different irons and such, nor would you do that with the normal putter, nor would you do that with your driver. You have padding onto our covers. They look great. They do a good job. And by basically doing that after each hole, you're going to ensure that it's not going to be banging into the other ones. One of the beauties of our putters is that if you have, and you've probably done this already with your metal putters, if they're painted, they get chipped all over the place. They don't look great. The beauty of ours is that, not that I recommend it, but if they do hit another surface, they will give a bit and they will not chip. If you hit it really, really hard, yes, you may put a small dent in there. I've never seen it yet. It's got to be able to happen at some level, but in normal golfing, you're not going to be doing that. So the beauty of ours is, although your other mass-made metal putter may have chips all over it, you're not going to see that with our putters. A good habit to do with our putters is that before you put them away for the winter, we recommend using just a cleaner, a Murphy's oil soap or something similar, and just do a protective wipe onto it. Just a wipe across the surfaces to add some protection. Most any good quality wood protectant is going to do fine. So something as simple as this with a quick wipe, I would recommend just doing a spray onto a towel, maybe a little more nap, but not much. Do a wipe across the surfaces. You're basically saying, hey, let's get this grime off of you. Let's add a little bit of protective coat, especially if you're putting them away for the winter, or if you're maybe not going to be using them for a little bit. I'd also recommend that maybe every month or so is not a bad idea. Just like you would with your end table or your table in your house, probably doing something along that line is appropriate depending upon the amount of golf and the weather conditions that you've been golfing in. In conclusion, I'd like to bring up some of the main points again that I had mentioned that will ensure that your putter lasts for years and years. First of all, make sure you take your TimberTouch Putterworks putter cover, towel, and do a simple wipe after each use. Doesn't have to be a lot, just get the grime and such off of it. Secondarily, if you're golfing in the rain, the dew, just any sort of moisture aspect, just make sure when you get home that you take the putter cover off and just let both of them dry. You really don't want to, again, leave them sitting in moisture for long periods of time. It's just not appropriate for any wood material, no matter how well we cover them, which we do. Next, I'd like to mention how I use these over the year. Every month or so, maybe just a simple wipe with a Murphy's oil soap, and definitely at the end of the year. Just give it a good wipe, get all the excess off, but just give it enough where it's going to protect it over that winter time when it's not being used, just to make sure that when you pull it out in the spring, it looks beautiful as you would expect. Our putters are wonderful. They do a great job. They're well protected. They sound wonderful. They have great outside weighting. Hopefully you'll see that in other videos. Take a look, please. You're going to enjoy them. They have just incredible accuracy and consistency, whether it's a toe hit or a mid hit. Those are all things that I get into more depth in other videos. But in the meantime, just make sure that you take care of your putter, enjoy your putter. They will last for years. We've had ones out there for years and years. They look brand new. They just need a little extra care, and not a lot of extra care, just a little. So again, appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Talk to you in another video. Goodbye.